hip hop. We're in a weird place right now with hip hop and albums, projects, singles, all the above. No hip hop album or song has hit number one this year, 2023. Nothing is charted number one. What do we feel about that? What do we feel like is playing a part in, why that has happened, or why that hasn't happened, I should say?
Anybody want to go first?
I'll set the tone. I mean, listen, we in a different space, right? So, radio, while I still feel like radio is still needed, but it's not the primary source for artists now. TikTok is. You know what I'm saying? TikTok has replaced radio, has replaced DJs. So a lot of artists are going through, social media and TikTok specifically to break records. And it's working for them. It's an algorithm. It's a lot that goes into that. And I just think with that, artists are making music specific for TikTok and social media. They're not really considering, radio. They're not making music for radio. In their mind, it's not really. It doesn't matter.
You think that contributes to it not charting because it's for TikTok? Like if you making music with, like songs off TikTok is like blowing up charts once they blow on TikTok. I think what it is the genre of hip hop that's out now is kind of like drill music for the most part. Mm-hmm. Everybody's trap, drill. If you look on TikTok, they don't even allow you to say certain shit. They don't allow, like, you can't say the N-word on TikTok.
Right.
So if you put a certain content on TikTok, it's gonna be harder to find on TikTok. So it's harder to blow on TikTok. I think that's one thing. I think another thing is the people that would go number one hasn't dropped yet. You know what I'm saying? Like who's really?
It's been a quiet first half of the year.
What I mean? Like your J. Cole's, your Kendricks, and they ain't dropped nothing yet. So
they either been busy
touring or just the people that's known for like them number one.
Yeah,
records. That's another thing.
Either dropped last year or they haven't dropped yet.
Well, I challenge that because y'all are right in that.
I got another theory
aspect. Okay, go ahead.
Another theory is everybody locked up with dead.
Okay, that's kind of.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that. That's a real theory.
Everybody locked up with dead.
Take, but okay.
And then, I think the rise of like Afro beats has contributed. Like I don't think that's the number one.
Hip hop is not the number one genre
for urban music for no more.
Okay,
I feel like.
But what about this? What about strong song structure or format? Right? Because a lot of the songs that go viral, especially off TikTok, they're not really structured in a way that is. Some of them Jones is under 2 minutes, if that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really getting played on the radio at all. Like they're not even.
Yeah, I don't think that really matters.
Yeah, I don't think that matters.
I feel like the shorter the song, the more they gonna play it over and over again on the radio. I think it's just like part of what C said. Like the hip hop genre of music is just not what's popular right now.
Right.
Like people are listening to the more melodic Afrobeat, R&B. So that's what people are listening to.
This is a general question for the group. How much hip hop do y'all consume on a day, on a day-to-day basis?
As of late?
Right now 5% out of 100.
Yeah, I was about to say
right now.
It's probably like
might be 0.
25.
85%.
5%.
85.
Oh, 85%.
85%.
Are we saying new hip hop?
New hip hop. Not we ain't gonna say anything.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
at like 10% myself.
Yeah.
I'm at like 40%. I'm always checking for what's new. If I like something, I'm gonna rock with it for a while.
Right. Yeah. I'm always looking. I keep my ears to the street. I'm looking to see what's dropped. On Fridays, I'm looking to see what's out, what's new.
How many times after that are you continuously listening to that?
That's what y'all make. Now I got to go back and retract my statement. So how much hip hop I'm listening to a lot. How much of it I'm retaining?
Right.
Like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Maybe I worded that wrong, but that's what I was trying to ask. How much is living?
What you saying, Phil?
No, I was saying you said how much am I listening? I listen to artists that I like a lot, so I want to listen to what I like a lot. So for example, like I use June for example, or Killer Mike for example. I want to listen to those albums constantly.
Gonna burn
so like as soon as they're at the top of my my library, so when I go to my library, it's right there.
So other than Larry June and Killer Mike, of late, who you been listening to?
And we
cue the Jeopardy music.
Yeah. I mean, it's
so
a lot
hip hop you listen to about 5% because you ain't listening to 2 people.
Yeah, 40.
I mean that, and then like maybe a couple songs.
Are you consuming other genres though?
Yeah, a little bit more than what I used to be.
Okay.
Like I said, the Afrobeats on my phone. Kind of, because like I said, I can play it in the car with my kids.
Right.
Like I said, it's that's really the main reason why it's not. Ain't but so much murder, kill, shoot 'em up. You can play around a 4 or 5-year-old.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Playing that shit.
What's your expert? What you tell them?
Hey, just don't say it.
Just don't say it.
It's just music. Don't worry.
Music.
Kids don't even understand what's going on with the words.
Yeah,
Most of the time, my parents
do what
used to
you
listen
do,
to
not
music.
what you say all the time. So
I ain't know none of the lyrics until I got older. And I was like, we was listening to.
Right, I was like, Mom and Dad going crazy like that? Yeah, I ain't know when I was a kid. Mom and Dad was giving it up when I got older. I was like, oh,
until your kids started, saying shit all randomly now.
Kids know
they
words they ain't supposed to say.
My kids getting popped in the mouth for some.
Yeah.
Like that.
But like,
they know.
So them was 2 recent albums you just named, like Larry June, Killer Mike. Other than that, like what you was listening to before that?
Probably was going back in the archive, right?
Probably so. I would have tried to look at my, my phone,
So you basically haven't been consuming a lot of new hip hop for real,
huh?
You haven't been consuming a lot of new hip hop,
unless it's an artist that piques your
unless it's like Timberlake.
And none of them have dropped really, except for Larry June and Killer Mike.
And even with,
like last year, you had the Kendrick to drop.
Right.
Push.
It was a heavy. It was heavy last year, almost. It was heavy.
But this year, like I said, this is a first. I don't know if this has ever happened in the genre of hip hop, but for no album or song to chart #1, it's I feel like it's definitely.
I think it's just been quiet for like the big artists. That's all. It's just like I said, Future hasn't dropped, Kendrick hasn't dropped.
Yeah.
Like the people that that would go #1 hasn't dropped.
So second half of the year, you feel like this is gonna change.
If they drop,
it
might be waiting until next year.
Also the artists, a lot of these new artists are about quantity over quality.
Right.
They putting out a new song before you can even
consume the last
appreciate the first one.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They flood the market with that shit. So you can't really go #1 if you know what I'm saying. Like with that approach.
You ain't even getting time for it to.
And you also got, like you said, like to your point, so you got to work a record sometimes too. Like I said, if you put out 3-4 albums, none of them going
for sure.
top.
Right. Unless you one of them.
Answer your question. The one time it was on Shock Lizzie. He had put out a project I like, so that was. There you go.
Like I said, I think it's a bunch of contributing. It's a bunch of contributing factors. I feel like. I think like a person like Juice WRLD might have put out #1 joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Triple X.
I heard one other theory too. I don't know how true it is. Bundles are supposed to start back in July. End of June or July, you can bundle your album with like different merch and stuff like that. I've heard that some artists are waiting on the bundle package to come back to
that helps enhance the sales and stuff
like that too.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
That could be something.
You gotta play them.
Niggas can put together their own bundle.
But it won't like Billboard put out something where the bundles didn't count towards your album sales.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of artists is waiting for it help you like, you buy this album, you might get a free ticket to a show or something, a bundle pack like that.
Or you go to their merch shop and say you buy
some type of incentive.
Right.
It's like an incentive. Like you say you buy a t-shirt, it comes with the album. So that counts as a sale.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So all that kind of
two sales, the album and the shirt.
Now Billboard brought that back, so I think they're bringing that back next year.
I think it's supposed to be July this year.
In July?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I ain't mistaken.
So I think that's why a lot of big dogs waiting, because it's a numbers game.
Because his merch numbers.
Somebody like Nicki Minaj put out an album. Them numbers gotta look right. It's a number game. You know what I'm saying?
Numbers, believe it or not, still matter. You know what I'm saying? It's still, especially the bigger name artists like you mentioned, Nicki and Future and Kendrick and all these people. Like when they drop, they're expected. You know what I'm saying, to do a certain number minimum. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, they just haven't produced new music for this year. And like I say, it could be many, some artists are just taking time off, doing other things, whether they venturing off into acting or some are on tour. So we still got another 6 months in the year, so we're gonna see how it plays out. But
I'm waiting for Drake to drop, Kendrick to drop. You know what I mean? I think Drake gonna drop something before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna get to that.
Is Kendrick project gonna be a solo or is it gonna be something with Baby King? Either way,
I don't know if he.
Either way, it's gonna do.
If Kendrick drop, he ain't gonna drop no. I think he'll do like a collab with Baby King.
Like that. That's what I'm expecting. So,
he take about 5-6 years before he drop a solo album. So
for sure.
Yeah. But y'all chime in the comments, man. Let us know what y'all think about this topic. No hip hop song or album chart number 1. Let us know if there's anything. Let us know your opinion, your feedback, anything that we might have overlooked or not thought about. All right.